What's going on?
Ah, same man. Just hectic a little bit.
A little bit hectic. You know what we'll do? We'll go right into it, and then we'll
Let's do
talk a
it.
little bit after,
I'd
man.
like to know what kind of stuff that you've pulled on me this week. So
Excuse me?
see what kind of stuff that you're gonna throw at me this week.
Oh, throw at you. No, man.
Yeah.
You know me. I never have anything thrown. I'm just talking to you, just asking these questions, right? First
Yeah.
of all, you've been hard to track down this week.
Oh, really?
Explain yourself, sir. Where have you been? What's
I've been
going on, man?
avoiding
What's going
you
on?
because I didn't have your money.
No, man, for real. What's been going on in the real estate world? What's going on with you over there?
Yeah. So look, man, it's just been kind of hectic. Realistically, I don't know if you actually read my long-winded email I sent out on Sunday.
Wait, wait for it, because I love the fact that you always, I think secretly, you have an idea of what's coming, but you will never tell me because I don't know if everybody knows, but you have no idea of what I have prepared for you, right?
Yeah, I have no idea. It's
So
just random.
might as well just start showing you this exactly because you see it, right?
I don't see. Yeah. Okay. Now I see it. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Exactly. You mentioned your long-winded email on Sunday, and
Yeah.
I have most of your long-winded email here. And first thing I had to say was, this is a lot of info,
I know.
which is, you know what? No, 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 no. But it's good for some people. Actually, it's good for most people. I'm gonna say it that way. Um, Explain to us exactly. First of all, this is something new that you've been doing, right? Tell
Yeah.
me, tell me the idea behind it. Tell me where you're going with it, and how you
Sure.
probably gonna impact your clients with something like this.
Yeah. So here's what it is. Really like I'm a frontline worker. I consider myself in the real estate business, like in the transactional world. So I'm seeing these things happen before the news publishes it. Anyone publishes it. Like I'm seeing it happen, and I feel like I'm like I want to say somewhere between 2 to 6 weeks in advance of people finding out of exactly what's going on. Like I have
Right,
a client right now, I have a listing, and we're kind of, I don't want to say stuck with it, but we have it on the market here right now. It's got its own set of challenges as to why it's not moving right away.
right,
And my seller's out of province, and he's just surprised because all he hears is that, hey, the market is hot, the market is hot. And he's like, why is my house kind of sitting the way that it's sitting?
right,
So I am already seeing these changes happen in the marketplace. So what my idea with this is to try to present this information before you hear about it from a national news outlet.
right.
So you can kind of get this information. So yeah, that's my only thing about this newsletter. I know this one was if anyone's watching this that received this email, they're probably like, dude, I read the first 4 lines and said this is too much to read on Sunday morning, which is
Yes.
what most people have told me when I've said, hey, did you check out that email I sent you? They're just like, you're nuts, buddy.
We
So
got
we
this.
also need to put that in a video.
Hey, you know what's
Um,
so funny? We got this bright and early on Sunday morning, and I'll tell you, there's a few things in there, and I love the way that you just summed that up. It's basically everything that's happening in the news, but before it gets to mainstream media. So you're
yeah,
breaking it down as you see it and as it's coming through the pipeline for you, which I believe it's such an insight for potential clients or even clients that you have right now that you're sending this out to, right?
yeah, like we're making a shift with our clients right now. Like some of our
Mhm.
clients that are buy sell clients, like we're making a shift right now because we're seeing some of this inventory that's sitting there, and we're
Right.
like, hey, like, okay, sure, we want to upgrade, but do we want to be part of that inventory pool, or do we got to switch up our strategy right now? And
Right.
I'm not sure if you got my email and read through it. Like, I say I'm not sure what's going to happen here right
That is
now,
what you
but
say.
we have to behave, and we have to move forward in the best possible way to make sure everyone's protected.
Right. And there's a few things I've seen while reading this email that kept popping up, and it's what you've been speaking about for weeks, if not months.
Yeah,
And it's buyer fatigue,
yeah,
right? It's people getting outbid. And then there was a really crucial one I saw here too, and I want you to explain it. There's less competition on each property for sale.
yeah.
How is that being summed up? Like, how is that the perspective of that happening right now? Like, what is
Sure.
the gist around it?
Sure. So basically, if we looked at even going back to the beginning of the year, January, even beginning of February, what we saw was is that we had a very low number of listings available for sale,
Right.
And as the number of listings actually increased, what we saw was, well, let me back up. So when we had a low number of listings available for sale, we would
Right.
have something like 50, 60, 70 showings go through a property in like 7 days, 5 days, something like that. And then that would yield to, I would say, somewhere around like 10% of those showings yielding into having offers. Okay.
Mm,
So basically what's been happening now is that the number of showings have been cut down. So say, for
right.
example, on a property where I would have expected to get 60 showings, I'm getting 30 showings. On that 60 showings, I would have expected to get six to eight offers. And from those 30 showings, I'm lucky to get 3 offers on it right now.
Right.
So that's what I mean. Like, it's all comparative. So as the inventory has gone up, the number of showings have come down, and the
Right.
number of offers received have come down, and ultimately leading to, in certain situations, where offer presentations have completely failed. So
Mm.
maybe they haven't received any offers, or they have received offers but were below the seller's expectations. So the offer presentation failed.
So things are being stretched pretty thin
Yeah.
right now,
Well,
basically, is
buyers
what
have a
happened.
little bit more options right now as well, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
And,
So,
and sorry, just to add to that, so when we
mhm,
see a shift like this in the market, right, you have to understand that there's a certain consumer mindset, whether it's buying or selling, and that's, with that consumer mindset is currently at play, is how that individual actually behaves. And when we
mm,
see a shift in the marketplace, that mindset takes some time to change. So, say for example, right now I've been working with some buyers, and what happens is that when they see the shift in the market, they're like, oh, it's going to crash. It's going to come down. I'm going to wait
there it
for
is.
three
There it
months and
is.
then it's going to be like 10 cents on the dollar. It's
Right.
not true. Do you know what I mean? When
Right.
we see opportunity, I see this as an opportunity. I don't think it's going to stay down forever. So, the buyers that I have out there right now, I'm just like, this is an opportunity. This is not where you back down. This is where you go
Right.
full throttle and you're like, I'm going to lock up a good deal, and I'm not going to get into a crazy bidding war about it either.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, you know what? I guess by seeing, basically experiencing it from the past and then things into perspective, not that you know what's coming, but you almost can relate to certain things and how the market's moving to
Yeah.
kind of make your actions based on those things, right?
Yeah.
So, man, I think it was a very thorough email, and as you start refining and getting to the nitty gritty and maybe cutting out some of the stuff that going to the straight necessaries, and I think a lot of it was necessary. I think about 80% of this email is going to be usable for people to take from it and use it and propel them into the market or help them throughout the market, right? But hey, I had to bring it up because I was like, you know what? The first thing he sends all of us on a Sunday morning is like a Bible with a ton of content, which I hope it helped people. And okay, so how are you approaching individuals that you don't necessarily have in your database that potentially needs this information? Do you have anywhere where people can sign up to get it? Can they email you? Can they text you? Like, how does that work?
Sure. Like, I mean, like, people are more than welcome to reach out to me. Like, send me an email, send me a text. If they want a copy of that email, I'll be happy to forward it off to them.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing that they can do is go to my website, getkabani.com, and then just sign up in there,
Oh,
as a potential buyer or seller or something like that. They have an
right.
opportunity to put in their name, phone number, email address, and then they will get added to my list at that point. This is something that I'm just starting, as you know.
Right.
It has been one of my initiatives this year to do something
Yes.
like this. So,
Yes.
it is going to be ongoing. And my thing is not to spam people with it.
Right.
I really just want to deliver the content. And here's the deal at the end of the day. And you've seen me do this over the last 18 months, is like,
Yeah.
I went from a team structure back to an individual agent. And there's so many reasons why I've done this. Okay. And the thing is that I don't have time to work with every single person that comes across my desk. Unfortunately, I'd like to, but I just don't. But
Mm-hmm.
but more importantly, what I can do is, whoever's willing to listen to it, I'm willing to put this information out there, because I think that, whether it's 100% right or wrong or whatever else like that, I feel like it's going to shed a different light on what you're already thinking, and it might change your perspective on certain things, or it might solidify your perspective on certain things. It's just an additional resource, I would say, to read out there. And it's not to sway one person one way or the other. It's an
Right.
opinion of what I'm seeing in the marketplace. That's all it
Right.
is. And I
Hey,
want to put it out there because I can't work with everyone, like I said. So at
that's
least some of that information can get out there.
yeah, that's actually true. It's there for people to have, and then for the ones that are, you're able to talk to further in depth. You're able to expand on it. Now, one thing you did say is, you don't know. what's happening in the market. You just have a general idea based on history and how you see fit, right?
Yeah,
There's one other thing I want to bring up though
of
is
course, man.
here, let's see if we can pop it up here because it actually plays on to exactly what you just said. And it's that guy right there.
Yeah,
So I don't think we explained it,
yeah.
but um you don't know everything, but
No,
you sure as hell know Pickering at least,
yeah.
right?
I think so.
So with this new marketing tactic, and it is Kabani knows Pickering. What's the sign? What's the message you're trying to get off to people? What is the intent of this marketing tactic that you have going on right now?
Sure. And look, it's not to throw anybody under the bus or anything else like that. I know that there's a lot of realtors out there that focus on a wide area. My thing is, I learned this back in my corporate world when we had a company called Harbinger Capital Funds take us over. And, they were very selective about the products and services that they would actually do, take on and offer. And they said something that really, really stuck with me, which was their motto was an inch wide and a mile deep. So
Mm,
that's how I am. My geographic area is an inch wide, I would tell you, and it's a mile deep.
you're
Like,
right.
I know so much stuff about Pickering. I can jump out of my car just about anywhere and I can tell you almost anything about that spot that we are at. And I think that's where my value is. And I mean, it's not to say I don't know the same stuff about Ajax or Whitby or Oshawa, but there's only so much you can actually focus yourself on, right? Like,
Right.
uh, I can't, I don't feel comfortable getting out of my car in Oakville and telling you the same data that I have in Pickering. If you
Right.
want to
Right.
work in Oakville, I know so many awesome agents out that way. You want to work in Kleinburg? One of my best friends works in Kleinburg, right? I rather you guys go out and get the service that you deserve to get as a buyer from someone that knows that area. And if you
Right.
want to work in Pickering, I think it's a mistake if you don't work with me. That's how
Right.
I look at it.
Right. But it's a statement, man, and it's a
Yeah,
statement that you have to uphold, but you wouldn't say it unless you didn't mean it, right?
yeah,
So
100%.
I definitely have come to know you, and the fact that you tell me where there's an area or spot or a place to eat and or a place to pick up something, I'm just like, where? You're just like, oh,
Yeah.
come on, it's right around it's right around the corner, this place. So I know you know Pickering. So hey, you know what? Good on this campaign and good on running it. Hopefully people will get it and take it and run with it as well too. So
Yeah.
you know what, man? We talked a little real estate. Outside of real estate, uh it's our third episode and we're hearing about a third wave. So where does your
Third wave of
mind?
what?
Yeah, right. Okay, right. And we won't get too in depth with COVID because it is a serious topic
Yeah.
for most individuals that have lost their lives and people that are impacted by it. But it's taking on a big toll going into the third wave now. Are you mentally prepared for something like that, or is it something where you kind of just have to go with whatever is happening right now within the health and safety of your clients and yourself, right?
Yeah, 100%, man. It is definitely a serious thing. And all jokes aside, and I know it's causing a lot of mental strain on a lot of people. One thing that I can tell people, like that know about me, that know, my background and how I grew up and whatever else like that. I feel like I have a very tough mental mindset. My mindset is very tough. And the thing is that with this whole COVID thing, I can only control the controllables. There is
Mm-hmm.
so many external factors out there that I can't control, and I'm usually pretty quick to just kind of let it go, not be ignorant or be careless about it. But there's a lot of stuff, like I said, I can't control it. I can do what I can do. I can sanitize. I can, make sure I wear my mask. I can make sure that we're standing far apart and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I got to keep continuing, and also that's for my mental well-being as well. I feel like if I isolate myself too much, I'm that type of person that I'm not going to take that well. So of
Mm-hmm.
course, going out there doing things safely is a huge priority to me. But at the same time, like I know there's only a certain amount I can control, and there's so much tension or stress I can take on because of that. Because a lot of this stuff is not controllable for me. So uh,
Right.
you can only do what you can do and do it safely.
Hey, so your tip for this meeting or this interview is control the controllables because that's all you can do right
That's
now,
it.
right?
Yeah.
You know what, man? Listen, I guess everybody out there stay safe. You stay safe. We passed your 50 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
So we'll catch you on the next one. Listen, if I guess remind everybody if they have any questions, or if they just want to ask something that you haven't addressed in some of these, they can check out your YouTube channel because you're always updating new videos.
Yeah.
Periodically every week, or sorry, yeah, every week you pretty much have a
Every
new
week
video
there's
going
something
up.
popping up there. Yeah.
Right. So in the end of the day, we'll try to bring you as instant as possible the news per week as Hussein sees it and as he goes through his real estate market. But any questions, email, DM, send you slide into your DM, send you a pigeon, carrier pigeon,
Yeah,
whatever
sure.
the case
Whatever
is.
works.
Whatever works.
Man.
But until next time, I guess what?
Remember one thing, guys. Get Kabani, get sold.
Get sold.
Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold.